Sometimes when I live righteously and holy, why do I have to go astray? Forever want your eyes on me. Mwari, inindo funga kuti, natata papi. It's all me, I know. The evidence all around me, you are here, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. No, I ain't perfect. Obstacles will test my faith, inhibiting purpose. I tripped up one too many times. When I fall, moon, I'll rise again.
Good afternoon, people. You know, I'm back at it again. You know, I don't need no introduction, but you guys already know who I am, what I do, and let's get it. I got some new people with me. I mean, they're not new, but some of you guys know them, some of you guys don't. But if you guys want to just reintroduce yourself to the people watching, what you do, how's life, and all that.
I'm a gentleman. I gotta let y'all go first.
Oh man, just go.
Yeah.
As a feminist, I'll oblige.
Thank you.
Equality. My name is Brandon the Same. I am the founder of the organization Breathe, and I am a student at FIU, actor, model, and I work with Fadino at the Public Defender's Office.
My name is Lawrence Gansel. I am an attorney and a servant of Christ. Simple as that.
Amen. My name is Monica Saeed. I attend Refuge in Valley Church. I'm a teacher. I have a nonprofit organization that's an outreach ministry that's up in the rise called AAOL, which is in active love.
Oh,
Nice.
My name is Ashley Josu. I also attend Refuge in the Valley. I guess you could consider me an influencer. I have a YouTube channel, and I also I'm in the process of building a hair company called Baby Hair.
Okay.
built. Amen. Built.
So if the girls want to get their hair done, they want to come to you then.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Holla at my dog Ashley, man. She get you right.
Amen.
All right, so we're going to get straight to it. So our topic for today is how to build confidence when you walk in the room. Like, the reason why I picked this topic, or youth, like our age today, like the younger kid, like 10, 13 years old, like when they get a job, like they don't know how to do like proper interviews, how to build confidence when they walk into the room. So that's why I choose that topic. And I pick you guys because you guys are a perfect example of, like, since you guys in the door, you guys know how to build your confidence, how to walk in the interview, how to own the building. So,
Right.
like for example, like me, when I walk in the room, I walk in like I'm supposed to be there. Like you can ask him, like every Monday at the public defender office, I wear a suit, bow tie, dress down.
Absolutely.
Dress up.
Yeah. Dress up, and like people acting like, every time people see me, like who? They were like, who this new kid is?
Right.
They always think I'm an attorney or I'm an HR. They never think, oh, I'm a legal assistant.
Wow, that's good.
I didn't even know you were a legal assistant.
You see?
That's funny.
So what you guys thought about that?
I mean, I honestly, whenever I'm at work with you, I have no confidence because of you. Because, like he's not only does he dress very nice, but he is honestly like in a, I don't want to say in like an odd way, but you're very charming. You know how to charm a room. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't get it from just like talking to him, casually, because sometimes he's a little quiet, you know what I mean, and a little shy sometimes. But a lot of the times with our coworkers, they all have crushes on him. They all love him. You know what I mean? And that on top of the dress code he sets for himself, and the way that he carries himself with our supervisors and whatnot. Yeah, it just makes me feel like I shouldn't even be there. Like, they're meaning Earth, so, yeah.
I try to take it down a notch. Can't make no promises, though.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
No.
For me, I guess I would say that there's this certain posture that I just hold that, like, for the most part, I can be very nervous, and I can also fall into the place of, like, I lack confidence, but there's just this certain thing, like, I don't have to show it, you feel me? So I think what it is like, just as you said about him, aspect of me trying to be charming, but not really trying. It's kind of like I guess that's just, I don't know, I have a tendency of, like, having someone laugh, or I can just keep the conversation going or whatever. But as far as just having that confidence, I think it just starts with, like, knowing that you were there for a reason, because not everything's a coincidence, you feel me? So of course you're in that room because you're supposed to be in that room, and whoopie whoop. So that's what I would say.
So what was the question again?
To reiterate, how to build confidence when you walk in the room.
Okay, so my take is, you don't build your confidence just to walk in a room. It should already be built, right? And I want to talk on the youth, because that's what you mentioned. And I work as a teacher, and I work with 5th graders.
Nice.
With my kids, and I work with children's high teens or whatever like that. But with my kids, I validate how they feel, because that's something that needs to be built at home. It's not something that needs to be built when you're, like,
In the classroom.
yeah, in the classroom, whatever. This is something that needs to be built at home.
Yeah.
But because that's not being instilled in the households,
Yeah.
and because I know God brought me there, I know that I have a duty to do, right? So my job is to speak life to the kids. I let them know, like, hey, your voice matters, and that's where the confidence killer come from. Oh, I don't want to talk to you right now. Oh, you're a pest, or you're annoying. But I let my kids, like, hey, I tell them straight up, you did piss me off, but we'll talk later, right? Like, I'm very honest with them, because I allow them to advocate, because that's where the confidence come from. You advocating, you having a voice. You know that your voice is important, right? Not silencing voices, because there's some kids, like, they shy away and they don't want to say nothing, and I'm like, you can talk to me. So I allow that environment, because I know that right now it's gonna matter. It's gonna reflect in the future. Although somebody may try to kill the seed, but I know I'm planting good seed, right? But even if it's 5 of them that will remember, like, my teacher gave me confidence. I affirm my kids. We have affirmations. We make songs. Like, I legit celebrate them. So, that's what I would say. Building that confidence, and even us building that inner child within us, even as adults. Celebrating yourself. I celebrate myself. I'm like, good job, Monica.
That's
listen,
right.
I affirm myself. I'm like, even when I fall, I'm like, bro, you messed up or whatever. But, like, I'm my biggest critic, but I also celebrate myself as well.
Nice.
I mean, I think I bless God I was brought up by a mom who did that, did all of that, who encouraged me and empowered me to be able to voice my inner thoughts and so on and so forth. But I think one of the biggest things that the youth lacks is preparation, right? So you can have the best personality in the whole world. You could pretty much fit in any room. But what separates you from everybody else at the end of the day is your preparation. And I think a lot of the time people get shy and they get timid, especially for job interviews. They don't know anything about the company. They don't know anything about the interviewer. They don't know anything about the staff. They don't know anything about anything concerning the job. They just know it was something they saw on Reddit or whatever the website they utilized. They applied to every job opening at once, and they never took the time to study what company they are trying to insert themselves into. So I know for me, I have confidence to do a job interview because I make sure I understand what is that job is about, right? If I'm a legal assistant, okay, what is that, does that entail, right? Even if you're a janitor, even if you're applying at McDonald's, right? Because some people look down on it. Hey, I worked at all the fast food. Anyways, you got to study that. You got to know it. And so that way, when you're going to the interview and people ask you questions, none of it should be alarming.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, it's harder, easier said than done, is really being yourself, right? I got a job one time because I allowed myself to show how nerdy I can be. I was talking about Marvel. They're like, what was the last thing you watched? And I was like, oh, I love all of the Marvel series on Netflix. Turns out the person who was interviewing me was a fan. We bonded over that, and I got the job right then and there.
As you should.
Because I was being myself. I wasn't operating like I'm this fancy attorney. Let me be bougie. I allowed myself to be me. I was like, I love Coldplay, and they're like, you? Yes, I love Coldplay. And though I was prepared, I gave them an insight of I'm not tight. I can be relaxed. I can be sociable.
Yeah.
Right. And so the way you can show that you're sociable is accepting the things that you like. It may be weird because none of my female friends I went to school with like Marvel. They don't even understand what that is, right? It was weird with them, but I like it. So when I started discussing it, it became natural. It was a natural thing. So be yourself and definitely prepare. Have mock trials in the mirror. Right? Ask yourself, Google questions. What do interviewers ask during an interview?
Yeah.
And practice it at home. So when you say it out loud, it does not sound foreign. You feel me? It doesn't sound foreign. So preparation, be yourself, you'll get the job.
The biggest part of building confidence before you walk into a room is knowing what room you're walking into.
Exactly.
That's the soundbite. Wow.
Yeah.
No, that was amazing.
She's who you are and whose you are.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know sometimes when you walk in the room, like, they're not even themselves. It's a completely different person. Like, you ask them, oh, did you watch this show? They don't even know what the show about. They just agreed.
Right.
But I can also say too, like one of the things, especially if you're going to a lot of interviews, they're having a lot of interviews throughout the day. So you have to make sure you get the attention on you. So before I start the conversation, or before I even allow them to ask me a question, I would ask them, how are you today?
Yeah.
How's the other interviewers go? Is it because I stop them from that repetitive, robotic mindset that they have. And now they have to look at me because I'm asking you personal questions about you. How are you? How was your day? Oh, how did the other interviews go? How long you been interviewing people? Right? Then it's me and you.
Yeah.
After I have that little me and you, then once you start asking me those questions, you're not just punching in numbers. Because now me and you were having a dialogue.
Yeah.
You can't forget me after that.
Yeah.
I'm not just waiting for you to ask me questions. I already got stuff for it because I show that I care. You feel me?
Yeah.
So little stuff like that gets you really, really far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
I
I
agree.
didn't know that part.
Very far.
Because I remember my first job interview, I was working at Publix at the time. I walk in with I think I walk in with a suit with a tie on. And the manager told me he never met somebody who walked in a suit and a tie for an interview.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, it was young kids at the time.
Yeah,
Publix,
ripped jeans.
yeah.
Converse.
So one of the question was like, remind you that it was my first job, but I don't know nothing about the company.
Right.
Yeah. He was like, so how do you, if a customer's being rude, how would you handle the situation? In my head, it's like, man, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Tell them have a good day and goodbye. They were like, what you want me to do? So I just decided, if someone having a bad day or something, I just decided, wait, let me get the manager if we can figure the situation out.
Right.
That's it.
It's a real answer.
Yeah. I am not dealing with it. You deal with it.
Yeah, but like, I feel like building confidence take time still.
Yeah.
But in our Haitian household, like we have this thing like, oh, don't look somebody in the eye,
Right.
because it's a sign of disrespect.
Disrespect. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird. I know.
Yeah.
Saying it out loud is very weird. I can't believe
Yeah.
Huh.
But here, looking somebody in the eyes is a
sign of respect.
Yeah. So I'm like, how does those two?
It's a culture thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a culture thing. Because if you go on the islands, it's very similar all across. But then here, if you go in the military, they say you gotta look the man in the eye, boy. You know, you gotta definitely look at them in the eye.
Yeah.
So it for them, that's their sign of respect. So adaptability is everything, right? So and if I go to Haiti and I visit my elders, right, I know that's how they feel.
Yeah.
So because of that, even though I got my own kids and got my own bills,
Yeah.
because they're my elders, I
Yeah,
still show them
respect
that
them. Yeah,
reverence
yeah.
and that respect, right? I don't show, oh, I'm an adult myself. But
Yeah.
if I'm here, when I walk in the room, if I'm having an interview, whoever it is, I'm going to look at you dead in your eyes.
Yeah.
Right? Because I want you to take me seriously. I want you to know I'm about that business and I mean what I say.
Yeah.
So adaptability, you adapt.
Yeah, that's it. Some people don't adapt to change. They hate change.
I'm one of those people, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. It's really hard because the whole adaptability thing, like for the most part, as far as confidence, I guess you could say to a certain extent, I could sort of fake it, kinda. I can, but on the other note, it's like I don't have it to where I would like. Oh, I'm building it, of course, but it's like just as you said, the whole Haitian household stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can't really express or be open about what's on my mind or create dialogue or whatever,
Yeah.
because every time someone was to come to me or ask me something, they'll be like, okay, yes ma'am, and I just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's not really too much of a back and forth thing that I can do. But now me finally like having a group of people that they actually care about your interests and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like, how can I say? It's foreign because it's like, okay, I see how comfortable they are with
Yeah.
just having conversation or doing this and that. It's really hard for me to get there, but I would like to be at that point.
Yeah.
So I do try to, I look after what they're doing to learn and build my confidence, like moving forward and stuff like that. But it's a work in progress. I'm still new to it all though,
Okay.
for the most part.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt to ask questions, right?
Yeah.
If you're around someone who has confidence and you don't,
Yeah.
it's okay to ask them or to, like, I know for me, before I became an attorney,
Yeah.
I watched the woman who inspired me to be an attorney, how she moved. The reason I wanted to become an attorney is when she walked in the room, everybody stopped and looked at her. It's like you felt her before you even saw her.
Oh,
And I'm just like, who is this woman? I want to be like that.
yeah.
So I went, I spoke to her, I asked her to mentor me.
Yeah.
After class, I would stay after to talk to her. And throughout the day, I will just watch how she moved. Not to mimic her, right? Not to copy her,
Yeah.
but to understand how she flows.
Yeah.
And later on when we have conversation, and literally she was, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing you can come and say that could change that, right? And so being under her for the season that I was under her and just being taught by her was life changing. So I feel now I have the walk she had,
Yeah.
right? And I bless God that I met her, and I bless God that you have to be humble enough to say, man, I don't have this, but I see sister, I see brother, you have it.
Yeah.
Teach me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's the thing. Some people hate asking questions. I mean, I love to ask questions. You can ask him like every day. I ask like, "What's this do? What is this? How you do this? How you do that?" It's not. Some people think, "Man, this kid annoying me." I know. I'm just trying to get the right idea how this goes.
Right.
But so you say you're a teacher, right? Like,
Yes, sir.
do you think when your kids ask questions, do you say like, "Oh, that's a stupid question"?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't even.
I don't. Like, that's with anybody. And I don't do it because of I'm a teacher. That should already be instilled in your character.
Yeah.
So I don't put facade on, or like say for instance, if her, because it's my friend, right?
Yeah.
If she asks me something, I'm gonna look at her a little like, really?
Are you done?
Like, I'm not gonna call her dumb, but like, say for instance, like, are you really my friend, or do you really love me? I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I will question it. But at the end of the day, my job is to reassure somebody, because when I was younger, like, I didn't have a voice. Like, I did not. I was the black sheep. I got beaten like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I could not express how I felt. So when I got older, you got me messed up if I cannot advocate for myself.
Yep.
I already went through that. So in my adulthood, it's my job to make sure that I can advocate for myself. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes, you know, you want to say things you don't want to say, or whatever the case may be. But I never turn away my kids.
Yeah.
If they ask something, because you don't know the intricacies of somebody, right? I'm gonna give you an example. So we were working on a flyer, like outreach or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And Lawrence was like, bro, why is there pumpkins on there? She was like, don't you notice that? And I'm going on a little bit on the spiritual side.
Yeah.
She was like, don't you notice that for like pumpkins is always associated with Halloween. And then she was like, pumpkin is also associated with our independence, right? Soup Jumu. And I'm like, bruh.
Well, I find the answer. I'll tell you later.
I never thought about that, right? Like, just something like that. I didn't say it was stupid, because that's something that's where she's at, right?
Yeah.
Like, I cannot, like, where she's at, that's where she's at. Where she's at, that's where she's at. I can't say, there's no dumb question. You may not have the answer to provide for them, but there's no dumb question, because God is wise. We don't know. There's mysteries of God we don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my take.
Okay.
You need teachers like that to help you figure out your thoughts, because sometimes you'll have it and you don't know how to put it on paper or make sense of it. So like a simple thing like, oh, that's a good question, how about you research and you figure it out? When you do, let me know.
Yeah.
Right. It encourages creativity. It encourages just like your mind to go as far as it can without somebody beating it. I feel like society, we beat out creativity out of our children, because we frame them in this box. And if they're not doing what's in the box to keep quiet and leave us alone, then, you know, they're being peasants, or pests, you know what I mean? And so I feel like teachers like that, teachers or people with that grace who have the ability to do that, I think they help out a whole lot, and for the kids to just simply be able to express or vocalize, figure out how to vocalize my yes, my no's, my this, my that, without them getting beatings for it. Because I was one of the people, I got beatings because I was so expressive. I feel
How did you express yourself? That's the question. It's like what you said.
Like a lot. And my mom was very, very, very catering to that, very cautious to make sure I was in the right environment, because I was very expressive, and she didn't want anybody to beat that out of me. But when I got to the real world, you ask a question like that, it's like, girl, leave me alone. Why are you thinking this?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the type of answer I used to get from my teachers and from my environment. So the world can reject you, but when you're at home and someone embraces that, there is no stopping it. Versus when the world embraces your creativity and your home is beating it out of you, affects your whole life.
True. Because I remember, like, when I was in 5th at this elementary school, like, I used to hate raising my hand in class.
You? No, not you.
Not you.
Yeah. Like, I know it's hard to believe, but like, I used to hate raising my hand in class. The teacher was like, did everybody understand the assignment? I'd be like, yeah. Even though I didn't even get what he was talking about in the first place.
Right.
So it's still like, so I didn't understand like the use of it. As soon I got older, when I was in college, did everybody understand when the teacher asked the same question, he said, did everybody understand the assignment?
Right.
Everybody raised their hand. I'm like, you guys can keep your hand down. I don't understand nothing. Yeah, but the thing about college, you may not understand what the teacher talking about, but
Right.
you have resources.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can go to tutoring, and they can help you. I'm not good.
Laughing for Javel.
Yeah. Like I'm not good with math. I'm not good with mathematics, right?
Right.
So I used to go to tutoring after class, and they break, and my teacher, my tutor break everything down step by step because he know how I work. He know I don't function
Yeah.
like everybody else.
Right.
So on that, like I passed my math class, and crazy thing is like I'm not that good in math, but when it comes down to I was taking a statistic class.
Oh gosh, those days.
Yeah, I know.
Who that calculator?
The calculator even give you the right answer. Every time.
Right? You really gotta calibrate it.
Yeah.
Thank God for group chats.
Yeah, but anyway, like I was doing this thing like I use Stack Crunch, like a statistic that help you with that. So like when I was in the group, like if like I always pass the test. Like now I always pass the test, and like when people said, "Oh, how do you guys do on the test?" Everybody say they fail. I said I passed because it was easy because I had somebody help me and I see how it works.
Yeah.
And like later on, they was still asking me questions like how you do this.
How you do that? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But congrats on passing stats.
Yeah, thank you.
I do not like stat at all.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even think I had that.
But once you calibrate that calculator, you got the answer. You just have to do it right.
It's just a lot. It's tough.
It's very,
Yeah.
very tedious.
The only thing I hate about math that you do all these steps just to get. You do all these steps just to get the answer, but when you go on YouTube, it's like 2 steps. You get the answer.
Yeah, but you can't do it like that on the test.
I wish.
Because if you do it on the test, they say you didn't do it right. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same answer.
Exactly. They be like, show your work. I did.
Yeah, I
Please excuse me,
did.
myself.
Yes, Pim does. Wow, that's so foreign. They don't even teach that anymore.
Yeah. You know,
That's
to
so
this day, I never used
sad.
the quadratic theorem.
The quadratic.
Yeah, I never used that. I don't even know
Oh,
what
like that little thing that
Yeah.
you put the pencil inside and then
Oh, that.
No.
That's trigonometry.
I'm talking about the A squared, B squared equals C
Oh,
squared.
quadratic.
Quadratic
Yeah.
To this day, I never used it.
Tell me this.
that was the easiest thing I could understand.
A squared
Yeah.
plus B
Our
squared.
body got a thing about it.
Hey, why are you so quiet today? What's going on, man?
Oh, listen. I
That
want
is
to let.
true. You were very talkative last time.
I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, but I want to make sure that they have the floor because they have a lot of insightful things to say.
Really?
As far as confidence goes, I mean, I've never really struggled that much with it, so I don't know
Well, you got
what
a
I.
bunch of K on file. You have a bunch of K followers.
Way before that. But yeah, I it's as far as like the quadratic formula and everything, math.
Yeah.
Like
Wait, so you never had an issue talking to a girl?
no. I mean, as far as like real confidence goes, I know this is not what you were just talking about, but there's a difference between like external confidence and personal confidence. I feel right. So like for probably like a good portion of my life, I didn't really have personal confidence. I would say I got bullied a lot, like extensively, like bludgeoning, stab, like real bullying, not like Twitter bullying. You know what I mean?
Not Twitter fingers.
Yeah, right. But you know, as far as like external confidence, I just developed that through looking at whoever had personal confidence, who was like the most confident person in the room, right? I would look at them. I would look at like my dad, you know, people that were able to work a room, people that were able to make others laugh. My grandfather, you know, I would learn to mimic those behaviors, how to smile, you know what I mean? Like how to make people feel comfortable, supported, you know what I mean? But then, you know, after a while, you're like, all right, like how do I actually be that? You know what I mean? How do I actually become confident?
In your mind, you got it, but actually doing it physically, you know?
Right.
Wait.
But it's like, well, for me personally, and I don't know where the camera's at. I don't recommend that half of whoever's listening does this, but I know for me personally, I had like a what's the word, anomalous approach to gaining confidence. I really just focused on the negative initially in my life. I would focus on everything horrible going on in my life, everything horrible in my past, all of my shortcomings. Right? I know it's really weird, but I have this thing where I truly believe that depending on the person, once you're able to conquer the negative in your life, the shortcomings, whether that means either accepting what you can't change or coming to holistic solutions about what you can change, whatever that means for you as an individual. Once you conquer the negative, I think that's when you're truly able to accept and to really indulge yourself in the positive, in your strengths, right?
Yeah.
And so once I did that, even like recently, I went through a bit of a slump where I wasn't feeling as confident as I usually am. I just thought about the negative, and how like easy I have it in comparison to others, and how I'm like able to, like, the problems that I do have, I'm like, okay, here are the holistic solutions to those problems. And like once you like really look at it from like a broad point of view, you're like, it's like really not that deep. You know what I mean?
Not that deep.
You know what I mean? Like look at what's going on right now overseas. There's a lot of misfortune, if you even want to call it that. There's a lot of messed up things going on overseas, and you're like, okay, this class that I have an 88% in, like, it's not that deep. I'll get up to 90. It's not that deep.
Really, dude. Really?
Absolutely, but so yeah, I believe that once you're able to conquer, your shortcomings and the things that are inhibiting you from being as confident as you can be, I think that's when you truly develop a real, genuine love for yourself. What I mean? So, yeah.
I'm glad you were able to overcome all that.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry,
nice one.
the bullying,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a long story. Technically, you mentioned girls. About a girl, 5th grade.
Oh, you got stabbed over a girl?
5th grade.
Oh man.
I hope he's watching. Ben Daryl Doe.
Oh my God! I went to school with him. Man, he stabbed you?
I didn't even know
What?
you know him, but
Bruh.
Wait, what school did you go to?
Renaissance.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
charter.
was there?
I'm sorry. Let me not
Sorry.
talk shit.
Dang, that's tough.
But yeah, a lots went on in elementary school.
I know the
but,
feeling.
Yeah.
I got bullied because I was just Haitian.
Yeah.
Like, legit, my last name is Haitian. I'm just Haitian. Got beat.
Where did
on
you go to school?
Royal Palm.
Oh,
Deep
okay.
side.
Oh, deep.
wow.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
That's where you grew up,
Yeah,
bro.
I only went to for the most part I went to charter schools growing up.
Oh, okay. I know why.
Academy, yeah.
Because the schools, the public schools, people would get thrown in lake, stabbed, and killed.
Yeah. So.
Unfortunately.
5th grade is very important.
5th grade?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
from 5th grade, something happened to him.
Jump.
Like,
Getting jumped by kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the part of elementary school was also really hard for me, but I didn't get beat up,
Or
but I got
stabbed.
picked on a lot with like how I looked and stuff like that. So it would cause me to go in a shell. So I guess my way of trying to ignore how I feel mentally would crack jokes and stuff like that. But most times I would like low key crack jokes on myself. Like even when I started this whole social media stuff, I would make fun of myself to avoid being the punching bag for everybody else, because like I already know this. I know I got a big nose. I know I'm dark skinned or whatever the case may be. But it's like it was for so long I could say like it was not. I wish I would have had a teacher like Monica, back in my school.
too.
Like I wish, but I feel like it would have made a huge difference in like how I am now. Because now when I'm in my comfort zone, I don't want to like get out of it. Because it's like I'm so afraid of either saying the wrong thing and being called stupid. I'm so afraid of being made fun of. I kind of don't want to draw attention to myself. So it's like I would just avoid it in all costs. I'll probably just stay quiet, just like how I was doing here. Because I'm just afraid of stepping out. But it's like of course I feel like it's in me. It's just not I don't know. I'm just very shy still. So it's like just looking at how you guys carry yourselves and how you guys are able to articulate and like talk, like it is inspiring, because I do want to get to that point too. But I'm just
I used to be never like this though.
never.
Never. Like I used to be so nervous. Like I remember when I was in a singing group, I didn't want to be in it. I was forced into it.
By your mom?
No, by the singing director here.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like the church here. Yeah, the churches. They'll put you in all the groups.
Yeah, I know. I know. But like, this one time we was going on stage, and we were singing. Man, you see me, I would drenched in sweat, or I was so drenched. Man, you people must think I was going swimming or something.
Wow.
When you were nervous, you were that shy or something?
Yeah, I was that.
Oh, you were scared. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. But I grew out of that now. Now when I'm nervous, I'll be like, okay, there's nothing to it. If other people can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
How did you get over that? Because that's an extreme level of nervousness.
Yeah.
Right? To like look like you got like one of those spins.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
Yeah, how did you overcome that? I'm sure there are a lot of people that that are either listening or like that will listen that haven't overcome that level of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like anxiety yet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well,
did you just keep singing until like the sweat beads dissipated every Sunday?
no, I stopped singing.
So just give up whenever you.
No, I'm not saying that. So I mean, just like practice at home. Like look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preparation, just like Sister
Yeah.
said.
Because if you just looking at yourself and do it, just imagine like other people looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember like I used to hate going on stage too. I could be saying 2 verses and I start sweating.
Wow.
Now look at me now. Now I'm preaching.
Hey.
Amen.
Funny too.
Oh, I thought we were
Very
clapping.
funny. But I definitely do agree with the whole making or understanding your shortcomings. I think once you accept that, like for me, I have like not a forehead, a 10, 18 head. I don't know. I have a really big forehead to me because that's all I heard growing up. But it's like once you start accepting, like, man, I do got a big forehead. Yeah, I know some of the Haitian girls.
Small ears.
Small ears. Some of the Haitian girls I went to school with, they had gaps. And that was like an identity marker. Like, oh, you have a gap, you're Haitian. Right? And they got bullied really bad for that. And like over time, watching them getting over, embracing their gaps or their marks. Like all of us, the immigrants, I don't have it, but a lot of the Haitian immigrants, they have like this wound right here from getting vaccinated. Like, and that was another identity marker. They used to look for it so they can tell like you're an immigrant, just so they can bully you. Yes, it was that deep.
Oh my
but
God.
then you will see now later on the kids would embrace it. They're like, you got the mark, I got the mark, you got the mark. I didn't have the mark. When it became cool, I was like,
I'm gonna make one.
but embracing little things like that. Oh man, I worked really hard to make sure I didn't have a Haitian accent because I didn't want to be spotted. Right. But now I wish I could fake a Haitian accent, but I can't do it to save my life.
It's crazy. We had opposite experiences. Because where I went to school, even from like kindergarten, I went to Fields Academy. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I don't even know if it's a thing still. But everyone was Haitian and Jamaican. I'm like Trini, my dad's like Dominican. And so I got bullied for being, I was like really pale back then. I was like, they called me banana and all these different names.
Banana?
But they called me a banana.
Wow.
But so that's interesting. That I mean, the gap in the teeth.
I've
never
gap
met
in
a
the
Haitian
teeth.
with a noticeable gap.
The nose, they'll pick things to spot us or whatever.
That's so crazy.
For me, I guess I didn't fit any of it, so they were able to tell by my last name. You got a G anywhere in your name.
I used to get bullied too. But the reason why I got bullied, like, I wasn't smart then. That's why.
What?
We mean you weren't smart.
I had an island teacher. So with them, the way they teach, they're supposed to. The way they teach, they think everybody get it the same way. But if one student doesn't get it, they automatically pick you as not smart.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. I had
So-
some of them.
Maybe you were gifted. You know, like I mean, I kind of went through something similar. 6th grade when I went to Coral Springs Charter. This is when we moved to the suburbs. And,
Upgrade.
no. But yeah, I was struggling first semester, 6th grade, and I'll always be horrible at math. Like I see numbers on the clock and I get anxious. Right? But once I did like you know, like the school psychiatrists, I don't know if y'all have that. They do like an IQ test.
And the
Like,
counselors.
yeah, and then if you score a certain number, you get into the gifted program, right? And they try to make it seem like the kids in the gifted programs are like more intelligent or like, you know, gifted.
Yeah.
But really, like, we're just like neurodivergent. You can take that as however you might.
Yeah.
Like, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. We're just different, right?
Yeah.
And you just see things and you see problems
different
differently,
light,
right?
yeah.
And so, like, once I got into the gifted program, like, I was just able to be, they were able to engage me more with the curriculum. So I feel like that's something that you might have wanted to, you know, do
Look
back
into.
then, you know.
But don't feel bad though. I
Yeah.
know the school system, they have it set up where they get money if you're placed in ESOL.
Yeah.
If you get placed in a lower level class. I had friends, they're like, yeah, I was in ESOL. I'm like, wait, ESOL? That's for the non-English students? They're like, yeah. I'm like, but you were born here and you speak English. They're like, yeah, but I don't know. They just put me in ESOL. And they were in ESOL and they thought they were dumb all throughout their school years. And when they got to college, it, of course, deeply affected them until later on. They're like, wait, I'm not that dumb. I'm not like this. And I'm like, the school really sets you up to fail. So either they can stuff you in the lower, dumber classes, or they'll stuff you in the gifted classes because they get money either way.
Right.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can never find your true placement in the education system to better help yourself. It's to help them. Either way, some way, somehow, they're getting funds off of you.
Yeah, you're smart, bro. Like, I let me just say that now. You're smart.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
He's like, no, I know that.
Hold on, I
I
don't
know,
know.
like, though, with the ESOL kids being that I am a teacher, it's not really like they don't understand English. It's just that their parents are non-English
English
speakers.
speaking.
So to get the extra aid and stuff like that, because I have a child, one of my students, his parents don't speak no ounce of English, no lick, no nothing.
Damn.
Right?
But does
So-
he speaking? Does he speak
He
English?
speaks fluently, right? So whenever he comes to class, because he doesn't have that environment at home, it's hard for him because he doesn't have any electronics or anything like that. So it's not that he's dumb or anything. It's just that he don't have those resources when he's at home, and they cannot help him when he's at home. So it's not more so that the child is stupid. It's just that they do need the extra help to help them navigate through
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
education.
No, the ESOL kids are definitely not stupid. I spent a year in ESOL. It was just to transition me from being, raised in Haiti, understanding the floor stuff, until I got placed on my Matter of fact, I went to some of these classes with other ESOL kids, and they outshine the regular kids by a long shot. And so it should be a nice transitional phase from wherever you are to where you need to be with respect to language. However, they don't do the transition. They try to keep the kids in. My parents had to get me out. Like, they had to go to school and demand for me to get pulled out of the program. They're like, she speak English, she can read English, she passed the FCAT, why is she here? Like, get her out of here.
Exactly.
You need advocators, bro. You need advocators.
Like I used to also get picked on too because I was big.
You was big.
You busy?
Now you're
Like, bro, you've been shocking us. Like, what?
Like now, yeah. Like now I look jacked. Cause
There we go.
yeah, cause I used to be so big. Like I used to hate exercising, man. Like every time I see McDonald's, I'm like, Mom, can I get some?
Did you get it?
No. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But
Never did.
yeah, but now like Mama used to force me like to work out and stuff. I'm like, why I'm doing this for? I didn't see the point of it.
Yeah.
But now all I do is work out.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. I need that. I need
obviously.
that life.
Obviously.
I need a gym life again.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Yeah. We are.
I'm
We need
gonna
help.
hop on the train, so I'm coming back over there.
We're trying to.
What I was gonna say. There's something I wanted to pick at that you guys were talking about. Cause one thing I don't allow in my classroom, is negative self-talk. Like, you're not gonna talk negative to the other students, and you're gonna talk negative to yourself, and you're gonna talk negative to me. Like, I nip that in the bud. I do not play around these little kids.
That's good.
Right?
That's good, yeah.
So I think, like, just any child you do see, just allowing them to thrive in that environment is very important. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, working with kids, because my biggest thing that I had to overcome, and this goes with confidence as well. When I was younger, I didn't have a voice. Like, it's like the adults around me at the time, they expected me to know everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're demanding me. They're like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I wasn't able to. I was a kid, but I wasn't able to respond as a kid, right? So, believe it or not, I picked up on that attribute.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm talking to my little cousin, I'm like, what are you doing? Da-da-da-da. Like, I'm being very, she witnessed this.
Yeah.
I'm like very disciplinary, but I'm like, bro, she's only 7, 8 years old. Like, you're not gonna know what I know.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to give kids grace.
Grace.
So when I talk to them, I speak to the inner child and let them know that I'm here to nurture you, help you, guide you, and hey, if you did something, like, this is what it is. And I feel like we don't see kids as teachers, but they teach me a lot. They teach you how to speak to people. They teach you how to, they really teach you a lot. So I would say,
They're teaching you.
They teach you a lot, and I could say for myself, I've learned a lot. And even through that, I was able to reparent the inner child in me, knowing that I could parent these kids and, nurture them at this age. So
I think that's
very important.
but I think one of the biggest thing that society failed to do is allow kids to be kids.
Yeah.
Especially in our like as Haitian, as the minute you're the oldest, it's like you gave birth to every other child, and it's not even your kid, or you expect kids to have that frame of thought of being an adult, except for when it comes to talking to you.
Yeah.
Right? They're supposed to be mature. They're supposed to know this. They're supposed to know how to cook. They're supposed to know how to do everything. They're supposed to know everything. Right? Be an adult. They're in your business, in your conversation, like an adult. Right? Listening to adult music.
Yeah.
All adult everything. But then you expect them to operate like a kid when it comes to speaking and conversing with adults. Right? You can't have your cake and eat it too. So I think that is one thing I feel like I was forced to grow up way too quick, where my childhood was snatched from me. And I want to make sure, like, with the kids around me, that I'm able to give them that, of allowing them to simply have kids thought, not be in kids conversation. I don't have to be as rude and say, stay in your kids' place, or you don't have to say all that. But allowing them to enjoy their life without constantly worrying about my bills. How many of y'all grew up and then all you heard was about your parents' bill? Yeah, like, why? I'm a child. I'm not supposed to. Why should I carry that burden for you, right? And so, just allowing the kids to be kids, and when their time comes, it will come. It will definitely come. But for now, let them be 6. Let them like ice cream. Why is it a crime to like ice cream? You're 6. You're 6.
But not too much, though.
Right. You can educate without bullying. You can teach without bullying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so we find the adults in the household ending up being the kid's first bully.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right, and then
I remember saying that too. Yeah.
Listen, they used to call me Big T. Daddy not here.
Oh.
Skinny twig.
You skinny, your problem. You fat, your problem. You
I was
can't
very
win.
skinny. Like, I was skinny as hell. All right? Like, I had to take syrup and all that stuff to
Gain weight.
It
Yeah.
was to a point, like, I would, is it bulimic or anorexic? Or like, yeah, like
Bulimic.
Force yourself,
Bulimic.
Yeah.
I used to force myself to throw up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so.
Were you insecure about it?
No, girl, I just did it just to do it.
Really?
It was a thrill.
I was just
Okay.
but not no more. I'm sexy.
Delivered. Delivered. Amen.
I got a couple questions here, but I'm not gonna get all of them. But the most important question I have is, what's your advice to our generation to build confidence?
What's the advice?
Yeah, like what is your advice to give to the generation to build their confidence?
I would say one, identify what you're most insecure about, which we all know what that is, and teach yourself how to embrace it, because if you don't embrace it, no one will embrace it for you. So don't rely on other people to do what you're supposed to be doing for yourself.
Yeah.
So that would be the first one. And secondly, preparation. Preparation definitely keeps you in the room. So don't just think right now, how do I get in that place? But think long term. How do I benefit that place? What do I bring that nobody else has? And it doesn't have to be super deep like innovation, right? It could be as simple as I'm very I'm kind, right? I'm thoughtful. Like, I have an assistant, the best quality about him is not even the fact that he knows how to work all the software. It's literally because he's kind.
Yeah.
He picks up on things about me that nobody the whole day will see me and not notice. I'm like, your eye look a little slanted. Were you crying? I'm like, how you knew that? How you know that?
Yeah.
But it's little things like that. It doesn't have to be super crazy. So figure out, get yourself confidence.
Yeah.
People can't do that for you. You can get somebody to help you, but nobody's gonna offer and say, "Let me make you a better person by giving you confidence." That doesn't get done.
Right.
So get that happening and prepare for whatever the circumstance and situation that you're preparing yourself to get into. So that's my advice.
Yeah, definitely, especially with our generation, with Gen Z. What's the other? Gen Alpha. That's the other one.
Oh man, I don't know none of these names.
But
we have Gen Alpha now.
yeah, that's
What happened?
post 2011.
Boomers, there's we're the millennials. We're the
Boomers are
millennials.
from like
The 70s.
Yeah.
The boomers are the 70s.
But I think the biggest obstacle and both the biggest obstacle and the biggest advantage that our generation has is social media.
Yeah.
And so, without saying, I know Mr. I'm 48 over here. Like, yeah, no, these kids and the gosh darn social media and the TikTok. But really, it can be an advantage to some extent. But what a lot of people our age, younger, some older, do is they try to measure themselves,
According to
in
their
relation to
views.
other people
Yeah.
that they see on social media, living certain lifestyles that they want to live, attaining certain goals that they haven't yet. And to that I say, don't measure yourself to anyone, whether you see them from behind the screen or not. But also understand, like, your goals, what success is to you, isn't necessarily what success is to whoever you're
Everybody
measuring
else.
yourself against,
Yeah.
right? So like a mechanic, someone who's going to trade school and wants to be a mechanic and likes cars, their goals and their idea of success is going to be way different than someone who's a musician or, you know what I mean, or like a chef,
Influencer.
anything, right? And so, and even if you see other people, like if you're a musician and you see, your friend or someone else who's, actually, booking shows and has all these other followers, don't take it as oh my God, I'm such a loser. Oh my God, I should, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what that person did to attain that success.
Yeah.
He's winning right now. She's winning right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, take the steps to reach his or her or their success in the future. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, I guess, like for our generation specifically, because that's what the question was tailored to.
Yeah.
I think it's not measuring your success against others.
I would definitely say, accept what you can't change, right?
That's
'Cause
good. That's good.
Say for instance, my facial, my
Features.
structure, features like my high cheekbones. I would get that I look like Arthur, like Missy, or whatever, or DW, and I'm like,
We're from Arthur, the
yeah,
show.
I don't care. I know I'm beautiful.
I love that though.
It goes beyond like just the looks. Like, I may not be attractive to you,
Right.
Beauty's in the eye of the
Beholder,
beholder,
right.
but I am beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
I make sure that I focus in my internal than my external.
Yeah.
So I would say that you know, don't put a facade on.
Yeah.
Like, accept what you can't change.
Yeah.
And what you want to change, make the changes.
Yeah.
Say,
There
for
you go.
instance, I want to get back into working out. That's something I want to change so I can be confident in my body.
Right.
It's not that I'm not confident, but if I know there's another level of confidence I can grow, I'm going to do it. I'm going
Right.
to work out so I can feel real sexy, you know what I'm saying? And just, yeah, those accept what you can change,
Yeah.
and whatever you can change. If you don't know something, go out
Get
and learn
help.
it.
Yeah.
You know, go find resources, whatever the case may be. And if you feel something is a threat to you, then delete it. Like, I had to deactivate my Instagram. Why? Because I felt like I was being pressured. Because I'm like, I'm not married yet. I don't have a house yet. Like, all I have is my degree. Like, I feel like I'm taking so long to build. But I'm like, who is pressuring me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm allowing
Right
social media
there.
to pressure me.
Right
You know,
there.
and I had to be honest. So you got to be honest with what's pressuring you. What are you comparing yourself to?
Exactly.
Right? Because you don't want to. You want to make sure you have a tribe, a great community. Because if you don't have a community that's gonna be able to reel you back when you're going out, then you know you need that community that's like
Anchor.
to anchor you. You are beautiful. You are this. You are that. And first of all, I forgot the number one thing is to know God. Because me,
Yeah.
my identity is found in Christ, and I would never deviate from that. Like, God is my rock. He is my solitude. He is who I find my identity in, and I feel like that's very important to know who you are in God as well.
Right.
To pick up back off of what they were saying, as far as the tribe and stuff like that, there's a verse in the Bible. It's in Romans. It says, good character. Wait, what is it?
Is it in Proverbs?
No, it's in Romans. It's something about your character can
That-
affect your morals.
Bad character.
Bad character.
corrupts good.
Yes, like
okay.
you are who you hang around, basically.
Yeah.
And okay, so I remember back in like middle school through high school, I was still trying to figure out who I was, and in doing so, like, I found a group of friends and whatnot, and I remember like I was rebellious.
This.
Yeah, bad company corrupts good character. That's the one.
I
I remember being rebellious. I remember being I used to speak death over myself a lot too.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember just who I was hanging around just affected me
Yeah.
as a whole, mentally, physically. But I thought it was cool, you know, back when I was in the world. Like, I was excited for it. I remember saying one time, God forbid, I was like, I don't see myself going past a certain age, you know? And in doing that, I know for a fact it's because of who I was hanging around.
Yeah.
But now, me being in Christ and, you know, finding God and things like that, I'm around people who speak life into me. Because I once was acceptance of, like, you know, I might die at this age or whatever the case may be. But now it's like I am looking forward to what life has. I'm looking forward to what's to come. And I also had a bad tendency of comparing myself to other people. I think if you just focus on your path and worry about, not even worrying about, just focus on what God has placed before you. You know, we have a tendency like this, your neighbor she might be getting her first apartment, woo, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, she's 19, she's moving out of her mom's house. I gotta get to it. What am I doing wrong? That's not the case. It's not your time. It's not your time. You can wait, get there, instead of self-sabotaging yourself. I do that very often. So it's like, my advice to Gen Z is to just find a group of people who are founded in Christ.
Yeah.
And just worry about the path that God has created for you, and leave a trail for those who could follow behind, you know. And don't be gatekeeping, you know.
Follow
Just
me as I follow
you
the
feel me?
example of Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow me as
Yeah.
Definitely get a mentor.
Yes,
Well,
I love mentoring. I'm sorry.
yeah, definitely get a
love
mentor. And I don't think this just goes just for like the younger generation.
Yeah.
It goes for the older generation.
Everybody.
Because like sometimes you will see an older woman and she is intimidated by a younger woman. You know, like they're like, well, who you think you is, you and the woman about, because she's intimidated by the confidence that you have or how you carry yourself and you know the way you speak and everything like that. And it's just like, no, let's bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Like, it don't have to be a competitive nature. Like, you got something that I can learn from you, and I got something you can learn from me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it goes for everybody in all realms in every aspect.
Yep. What do you guys say about mentorship?
I've always had a
She
mentor.
said she love her mentor.
Yeah, bro, that's it's such an important thing to have somebody who is like, I always had like an older person, either was a coach, it was a teacher. I had a teacher, and he was my math teacher, Mr. Bruce. I had a coach, Kincaid, my track coach and stuff like that. I always had people that I could look up to, and they, especially Sister Lauren, she's also my mentor now, along with a few other, like 2 other people. Like, just having people that can steer you in the right direction when you're falling off track and stuff. It's helpful.
Definitely love mentors.
Yes.
They speak a lot of.
Yes.
I got a mentor at Palm Beach State College, and she is a.
Oh, you
They so wrong.
I used to work at Palm Beach State.
Really?
Yeah, I was working for Upward Bound, Trail Upward Bound.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as an advisor.
Really? No, I used to go to school there.
Yeah, I know. I saw you on the thing and I posted it on.
Yeah, on
I was
Flag.
Like, oh man, you on the website? Because I was logging on and trying to look through this stuff.
I definitely
He just wanted to make sure that you
you
knew.
knew, you know? But I definitely do agree with the mentorship thing, and I think understand you can have multiple mentors, because I think some people think it's only one. Like, I know I had mentors for my career, my professional career. I've had mentors for my spiritual life. You know, I've had mentors. Some mentors are like for a long period of time, and I've had mentors for seasons, right? I just need to learn something for that season, and then after that season is over, I go on and they go on. No bad blood, it's just that season was over, right? So definitely it's okay if you have multiple mentors, because I know some people think it's a crime, and I don't know why.
I don't know. I think that's really weird if I want to gain insight from you and stuff like that, and you think it's a problem. Like, I miss those days where like mentorship was like, you see it's evident. You know, I feel like it's so important, because bridging the gap is so important, and I'm gonna always speak on that, because there's something that I can learn from you. It doesn't matter whether it's in career or finances, whatever the case may be. It's very important, because we all grow as a person. It's a community effort.
Exactly.
But I think it's because we live in a society where everyone is out for themselves. That's what's pushed. Because it's pushed, and that's the mindset that's pushed. If I have something, I feel like I have to hold it for dear life. I can't share it with you, because God forbid you happen to get it, then it's for some reason I lose my value. It's like, even though that's not true, and that's one thing I do appreciate. I know for me, when I go to the islands and I go to other places, I see more of a community effort. Like, that person, I know in Haiti, where my mom, they grew up, that person grew plantains or corn, the other grew like some whatever greens. They'll exchange it and they'll create a meal out of that, and that was that's the whole community. Here, it's not until disaster struck that people even figure out who their neighbors are. I didn't know one of my neighbors when I came to they didn't know us, they didn't care to know us. It wasn't until Hurricane Katrina came and they needed resources. They all of a sudden, let's get to know the neighbors. You know what I mean? So I think it's a Western Hemisphere kind of thought, and I look forward to the day where that mentorship, the teaching, is instilled at very young ages, and we don't wait till the kids get older. We fail to teach them, but we're the one condemning them. Like, you didn't teach, you didn't do your part, you didn't pass on the knowledge you got from the grandparents, but you're the first one to say Gen Z ain't this. Who's raising them? They came from your house. Like, get your life.
Listen, that's why I'm very passionate about teaching now. That's why, like, I'm gonna always talk about it.
Say that again. You're what?
Very passionate about teaching, right?
Okay.
Because it goes beyond just what they know. Because if you're not built internally, you won't be able to comprehend what's on paper. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my kids, I really talk to them like, I talk about the Bible without telling them it's from the Bible. I tell them about self-control. I talked about the verse in Proverbs when it talks about a wall that's not a wall that doesn't have any walls. It's like a man without self-control. So I tell them this. I instill that in them so that, you know, they know, like, and I let them, like, even I have a club too. It's called Care in Mind. When we're in the classroom, I miss Saeed. But outside the classroom, I'm Miss Monica. I show them that I could be a big sister as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I show them I could be a mentor. Right? My kids are telling me, they was like, Miss Monica, you know what my sister did? And she was with her boyfriend, da, da, da. And I correct them, I talk to them and everything like that. So I feel like having a conducive environment is very vital.
Yeah. So my advice to our generation is to be yourself. Like it's okay to be different. Like being the same is boring. Yeah. Like I remember one time I was talking to my 5th grade teacher. I forgot what's the conversation was. She was like, if everybody did the same thing in the world, then it would be very boring.
That's true.
Yeah. So like that's my advice. Just be yourself and don't care about nobody else. Nobody else think about you. Okay, if they think this about you, like they don't know you. Like they probably if somebody think that about you, they're probably jealous of you.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation. Yeah. I was like, cool. Yeah, you can be intimidated of me. I sleep better that night anyway.
There you go.
Facts, okay.
Yeah. So
Listen for you.
yeah, so that's my advice. So if you guys don't take that, just remember this. Show me your friends, and I show you your future.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's my advice. And, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
There you go.